Oh. Wir haben das letzte Mal ganz vergessen zu synken.
To sync. Sync. Okay. This is gonna
Gut. Okay.
This is gonna be weird because I hate talking English to other Germans.
It's really weird. It's also weird because we just did a podcast in German
And
for like an hour, nearly an hour.
honestly, my brain hates when I switch. Like, I prefer.
My brain hates switching. That's a good title. There you go. Welcome to Basics for Life.
This is the first episode, right?
Kind of.
There's a funny story.
There is a funny story behind it. So I already had a podcast that was called Basics for Life, and I did 2 episodes on my own. But I kind of not missed, but I don't have the name and the password anymore. So there are 2 episodes of Basics for Life on another channel, which I can't delete.
And why can't you just reset your password?
I could, but it's a little bit complicated on Spotify podcasters for whatever reason. I don't know.
Okay.
And ain't nobody got time for that.
All right.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Yep. So the topic for this first episode, I thought about talking about your recent change in health and sleep, because I think it's a very important topic, and
It is.
something a lot of people don't prioritize. And I think until recent, you also didn't really prioritize your health and sleep.
Yeah, I didn't.
And so, yeah, can you share a bit about your health and joy?
I mean,
Health
nobody
journey.
knows who we are, right? Should we do a little like little intro?
Like a little
I don't know, just
introduction? Yeah, maybe you should. I mean,
maybe I should. I'm Peter. This is Basics for Life, and we want to talk about. I do have a little board here, which tells me what to say. We want. It's the first episode, okay? I have to
Get
write
into-
down stuff.
get into the mindset.
We want to bring inspiration and practical knowledge to those who aspire to live better lives. That's what the description says and what our mission is. So Basics for Life is kind of like we just want to talk about topics and things we're interested in and we're passionate about. And maybe one of those topics or one of those bits and pieces that we talk about are of interest for you. And maybe we can inspire people to do the same or to think about things differently. And for the future, we also want to invite guests that talk about their experiences. So it's about experiencing life and looking through our lenses of life. And maybe that's inspiring to you, or maybe it isn't. You have to choose. You can like and dislike.
Dislike on YouTube. We just talked about
Yeah,
it.
we just talked about yeah.
All right. Yeah. Then can you?
Now the question was about health, right?
Yeah. Can you share a bit about your health journey,
Health
like
journey.
the recent change?
Let's just say I used to be a Navy officer, and when there is, or let me phrase it this way: Navy officers or people in the Navy tend to drink more than they should.
I mean,
Tend to.
isn't it a general problem? I think
Where?
nearly everybody, like the whole
Like worldwide,
society,
society-wide? Probably.
tends to drink too much.
Probably.
Definitely.
Probably. Definitely. I don't know. But let's just say it was part of the culture there, and it is, especially in Germany, it is part of the culture to drink. And just by thinking about my health, and it wasn't really a topic for me to quit drinking. A friend of mine stopped drinking for like a year when we were 19, and it was like a shock for me to even consider that. So I was quite shitty to him. I think I gave him quite some shit for that, because it was like in the same mindset of how can you not do that? It's normal to drink.
But I mean, 19, that's like a lot of people in that mindset, and I think it's like, a lot of like, it's weird in that age.
To not drink.
I think it's a good decision. Like,
It is. Totally is a good
but
decision.
it's a decision not a lot of people are like.
It's
Not a lot of people are doing.
not drinking or not drinking alcohol, we should say, is a decision. I don't think there is a good time for that in everybody's life, if you know what I mean. So like it's like a community or like a society thing that whenever you bring that up, that you don't drink, it's not like everybody understands and like, oh, good for you, but it's more like, why not, you pussy? especially in the male sphere, but also with females. I think it's pretty much the same. So whatever, I gave him shit for that, and when I had kids, or my first child was born like 3.5 years ago, and I wasn't drinking heavily, but like twice, 3 times a week, something like that, and not drinking, not binge drinking.
Okay.
We're talking 1 to 2 drinks, maybe a glass of red wine, maybe whiskey, something like that. So not binge drinking, but like small glass of getting a drink, you know?
What some people have every evening. Like
yeah. And then like 2-3 times a week. Still, because I was getting more and more tired because, child, baby things. There was a time when I was just thinking about my sleep was, or I didn't sleep that much and well. And I think that because I didn't get that much sleep, I want to maximize the quality of sleep. And then I went down the rabbit hole. The rabbit hole that is
healthy sleep, or like the whole routine.
Yeah, like the rabbit hole of self-improvement and health improvement.
Okay.
And that really is a rabbit hole.
Yeah.
It really
what
is.
specific changes did you made? Like you mentioned that you don't drink alcohol anymore. So that was like the first thing you changed.
I wouldn't say that. No, I wouldn't say that. The first thing, I don't drink alcohol for like a year now. I don't really count. Something like a year. I'm not in AA, so I don't count my days. Because if I want to drink alcohol, I do, but I choose not to. So it's not really. I'm not in. I don't.
You're not too strict. It's just something.
I'm strict. I'm strict with it in terms of that I really don't want to drink alcohol, but not like, oh, I can't drink alcohol, otherwise I will be a monster. It's more like I choose not to because I want to sleep good. That's pretty much.
So that's the main reason.
It is,
because there are many health issues.
Yeah, but that's the main reason. Okay. That's the main reason. Yeah. Quality of sleep is just like you can't get that back. That's just
okay. And what other changes did you do? Was it just the alcohol that you quit?
I think that was the biggest one.
The biggest one?
In terms of, I think the biggest one in terms of what it means in daily life, because if you're used to that, and like we said, in society, it's like just so normal to drink here and there. And party is obviously a place where you drink, but even when you're out to dinner, it's normal. When you're at your friend's house, it's normal. When you're Christmas party, it's normal. If you're a networking event, totally normal. So everybody drinks all the time. And I wouldn't say it's hard, but it is challenging at first.
It takes a lot of like willpower to.
Yeah, willpower. I wouldn't say willpower, because it's nothing. I would say it's especially in the beginning, it's a lot of, you need self-esteem. I don't like the word self-esteem, but you have to know why you're doing it, and then it's okay. So if you say, hey, I got a child, I sleep like 5 hours a night, and if I drink, those 5 hours are really, really gonna mesh me up for the day, then maybe it's a good thing to not do it. And that was also my go-to answer in the beginning. to just like say, no, I have kids, I have to drive, whatever. So like a reason that wasn't really the reason. Now I'm more confident in that, and just say, no, I don't drink. So
It's crazy that we need an excuse to not do it, like in order,
yeah,
because it's so bad for us.
yeah, it's a normal society, so that's why it's really, really hard to just withstand that. And
There are a lot
He-
of things that are normal, which are
yeah, especially in the health, in the topic of health, we do really, really shitty stuff to our bodies and feel good about it. So I don't know. So sleep is the big thing. Sorry.
yeah. And do you have other things you hate?
Yeah, sleep is the big thing for me. Sleep is the big thing.
Really other things you changed in order to like.
Sleep is for me is the biggest thing because the return on invest is the biggest. You feel it.
Yeah, how is it like? How does it impact your life? Like, did you felt like big changes in your daily life and how you feel like, from that moment on, where you quit alcohol and where you prioritize sleep?
I would say in terms of alcohol, it was just that my sleep was better, and it was in a time where our second child was born, where I just couldn't handle the nights anymore when I drank, even if it really wasn't that much, but still, just fucks up your REM sleep and whatnot. And the biggest change there was that I had more energy throughout the day. We then started our business, or I started my business, had like the business at first as a side hustle, then full time, 2 kids, and you also want to have like time for your family and also for your wife and stuff. So it was just a priority thing, and I couldn't take it anymore that I drank like 2 glasses of spirit, let's say, and I'm grumpy for 2 days because I didn't sleep that good. So that was just the first thing, and it was like an immediate effect in terms of feeling better.
Yeah, in terms of well-being.
Yeah, in general.
Definitely.
Yeah, of course.
And like, especially when you're just starting your business, like having a startup, I mean, that normally means not a lot of sleep. Like, there are a lot of people out there who say like, I don't sleep. Like,
Don't get me started on that one.
Don't sleep. Like, focus on your business, because otherwise you
You should outwork them.
yeah,
That's the best thing.
definitely,
You need to outwork them. And if you don't work 16 to 18 hours a day, then yeah, no wonder you're a failure. What
like
bullshit.
How do you balance like the pressure at work, your work commitments, and your health, your sleep, your
Mhm.
family? Like, it's
Clear
hard, like,
priorities. Clear priorities. Because
it's always about priorities.
yeah,
How do you set them?
it's a journey. Let's put it that way. It wasn't that it was just like a decision one day where I decided to, okay, now we prioritize work and family, so that's my day. It's trial and error the whole time. It's a journey, and it's like I said, it's a little bit how deep into the rabbit hole are you? And I'm a big believer in you can work and change your environment, for example, by choosing what you consume on social media, so that you, of course, social media is you can use it for good and bad. Like you could entertain yourself the whole day, or you can educate yourself the whole day. And my social media, I don't consume it that much, but I do. The especially YouTube Shorts is like full of self-improvement, business content, marketing content, health content, stuff like that. And I enjoy that. So it's a journey that you have to be interested in. So if you're interested in like health and self-improvement, then that's I would say the logical way to go, to like prioritize health, prioritize family. Not really, family isn't about self-improvement. Well, for me it is in terms of self-improvement, because I want to have quality time with my family and also enough time because my kids are small now, not in 10 years. So for me, it really is a journey and a trial and error, because you're not. That's the biggest change that you have when you have a family. It's not only you, and you're
You
the
always have to consider others when you take a decision, right?
yes, and you are the last one that has the choice. So we as parents can't prioritize ourselves. We have to prioritize the children because, well, otherwise they die. So let's not do that. Let's try and not do that. So
Okay, so
Yeah.
you say like your priorities then family, health, business, but right?
that's a little bit depends. Let's just say that, because normally, of course, I would prioritize my family over my health, but I try to balance those two at the top, because
Okay, and business comes last or second.
last
on the-
last on the
like-
list of three.
Yeah, but on the other hand, like I mean, we talked about that a lot. That having like a good sleep, good health improves your productivity.
Anything else, everything else, basically.
So, like, prioritizing your health, your family, making sure that you like are in good levels with that
Yeah,
also improves your work. So
it does. But there's also like a very thin line, I would say, because of the startup business hustle culture is pretty big in the rabbit hole of business content, and pretty much everyone tells you to do more and do more and then do more. And there is truth to that, because obviously if you work more hours than yourself, as like when you have 1 week and you only do like 8 hours a day, and then you have a week where you do 12 hours a week, obviously you will get more shit done if you're on the same level of productivity. But that's, for me, is the key. So to just be on a high level of productivity the whole time, and then I'm good to go, or then I'm good if I only work 10 hours a day, 7 days a week. That's fine for me, and I don't have to have those hustle cultures. I also have like a 1 day off. Saturday's my day off. I stole that from Ryan Serhant, the term at least, Dadder Day. So I will do things with my family and kids, and have like a designated day for that, and the other days are balancing work and family. Yeah, it's
I know that you just recently changed your sleep schedule out, like before you
try to.
you're trying to.
We're trying
So,
to. That's the
you-
newest thing.
Yeah.
Newest thing on the journey is to, because my wife is a little bit skeptical about this. I have like a Whoop, and Whoop is like one of those things that changed my wanting for self-improvement the most, because it just gave me data on how I slept or how my day went and stuff like that. And it was a really good and cool feature to just like see what I get wrong, and then maybe to improve on that and change little bits and see if there's any impact. So, and my wife isn't that big on those tracking devices, let's say. So
I can understand.
yeah, I know, but I'm trying to like, it's not for me, it's of course I do it for me because I want to live as long as healthy as I can, but I also want to set an example for my kids to like, health is really important, so go at it, and sleep is important, so sleep enough and change your environment so that you can sleep better, because it's really important. And that's like a family topic. I can't do that on my own. We have to dim the lights together, because if my wife, and she really likes to do that, turns on the bright light at 9 o'clock at night, I will have a tantrum, to be honest. But we're getting there. So I try to talk to her as much as I can and to tell her how that can positively affect us all. And I think she more and more gets the idea and is on board. That's of course important. I can't do it on my own.
So you try to convince her with like
With good arguments and data.
correct. Arguments and data.
Yeah, and of course it's always try and error, because also the kids have like a schedule that changes all the time. They're so little that their rhythm changes so quickly, and you have to change yours as well. And that's really
adapt to your
yeah and
schedule.
yeah. Oh, yes, of course. And it's hard in terms of, like, for example, today or this night we had the idea of going to bed a little bit earlier, like half an hour earlier, so that we can have half an hour more in the morning. We could then had more time for sport, for a little exercise, or we could have more time in the bathroom to get ready, stuff like that. And of course, this morning we woke up and we're like, okay, good, we'll rake half an hour early. That's great.
You're making ASMR.
And then, yeah, I'm doing ASMR. No, we're happy to, like, yeah, we have half an hour more. That's great. And I was like, Mama. Of course, he was awake on the same time. We were like, you can sleep for like half an hour more. You can sleep in. No worries. No, you're awake and I want to be awake too. All right. Advantage gone. So we'll see how that goes.
And one of the biggest impacts, at least for me, and like my health and well-being, is stress, especially on like sleep, but also my overall like feeling during the day. How do you deal with that, especially as a like business owner? Like there are always a lot of things going on and a lot of things that cause stress. Like how do you deal with that and make sure that it doesn't impact your sleep, for example, or like your relationship with your family?
Yeah. Planning mostly, and meditation. Yeah. And I sometimes miss meditation, so I just don't get to it or forget or, reprioritize. And but I notice as soon as I start picking up meditation again, it's just getting better and better.
I think meditation is like
Super
a very
powerful.
important tool.
Super powerful.
I'm getting into it, but
You do?
not really. What I'm trying at the moment is breath work, where I think that's a good thing for me. But like usually I handle stress with like running, going to the gym, like everything which is very like exhausting, but like that exhausting that I can't think anymore.
Which is pretty much the same as you do in meditation, just without the physical stress. So without the sporting part.
I think that's very important, like to have the ability to, even when you're quiet, when you like don't have the opportunity to do sports, calm yourself. For example, before nighttime. I don't know when you meditate.
Right before the going into bed process starts. So it's time. It's pretty much like that we cuddle our kids into bed, and then it's like 8ish, and our new process would look like that I clean up everything because my wife will take care of the kids, at least in the last minutes of going to sleep, and I will do the cleanup, which is necessary, by the way. If you have a family, you can't just leave it like that, because there are two little monsters who I don't know what they are doing the whole time. Yesterday they did They painted the kitchen with crayons. Thank you very much. So it's a little bit chaotic. So and then we are trying to get that habit on to then meditate together. Not like together, but like in the same room, just with headphones or just being still. So she likes guided meditation. I'm not that big.
I just wanted to ask, how do you meditate and how do you make sure that you, like, when I try, like, my mind is still running. They're always.
That's pretty much the goal of meditation. That's that your mind is running.
Yeah, I know, but like how I understand it is like that. At the end, that you don't think about anything. Like that's how in
part. Yeah, I would, as I get, or as I, not as I meditate, but as I understand it, or, I mean, meditation is like really another rabbit hole to deep dive in. But for me, it's more of like to be aware of those thoughts and label them as thoughts and then putting them away for later.
Okay.
So for me, it's usually when I start, I focus on breath work, which is a good start for meditation. Just that you try to get away from the everyday thoughts. And then 2-3 minutes in, I will start with a mantra that helps me like focusing on that one little point or on that one little thing. And then when I feel like it, I just go still. And then there's that part where, for me, it's the most valuable part where when I encounter a thought or when I'm aware of, oh, my mind is refocusing on something else or slipping away into a thought of the day, of to-do lists and whatnot, that I then try to bring it back to the point of where, okay, that's a thought. I know you want to talk about your to-do list, but this is not the time. Save it for later and go back. That's for me is the power. And I always feel better after like 10 minutes. Yesterday, I recognized that 10 minutes isn't enough for me. I think I need more. But again, it's a journey thing.
It's like more for you. For you, it's more like sorting the things that are going on in your head. Just like...
I wouldn't say sorting. It's more like I really want that stillness at least once in my day.
Yeah, I think
that's pretty much it. And because it also helps you like in your everyday business, because to focus is pretty much the biggest productivity hack you can have. To focus, and you cannot focus if there is
a million things
around you. Be it social media, be it coworkers, be it and when you overhear conversations out in the hallway, when there is people making coffee very loud outside, and if you can't focus, you can't be productive. And I think that for me is like the biggest upside of meditation is that I'm more focused during the day just because I meditate for like 10-15 minutes.
I think also that you're more aware of yourself. Like,
yeah,
it's something I really like about breath work is that you are getting more connected with your body.
Yeah.
Because you realize how you breathe, something that is normal. Like, usually you don't think about it, but once you do, you really feel like what an impact it is.
Yeah.
And you also, like, during the day, you're more calm. And like, at least for me.
Yeah, same here. Same here. It's great. And I don't really think that the method you're choosing for meditation is really that important, because there are like 1,000. But that, again, that you prioritize your health and that you think, okay, meditation is good for me, let's just try it. And I think that's the number one thing to consider, that it's 10 minutes. Look at your screen time. I think you got 10 minutes.
Are there any future health goals for you, like, which you still want to?
Yeah, I really need to achieve 100% sleep score for a week.
Yeah.
I'm nearly there. Yeah, I fucked up the last day. 99%. Because my son woke up early. And I couldn't. He was just
1%, like
it's not 100%. It's not 100%. And also the next thing is the sleep score isn't telling the whole story, I think, because there are other metrics like restorative sleep, so the amount of restorative sleep you get, like REM sleep and deep sleep, and those should be around 40 to 50% of your whole sleep time, and I'm at around 40, and I would love to be higher than that, so like 50% would be my goal. And that's really sleep quality in terms of I can do a little bit more. I need to change my sheets, definitely, or my bed, not the whole bed, but like what is it? Sheets, yeah, sheets and also the cushion could get an update. The pillowcase, sorry, the pillow could get an update. Stuff like that, and then the whole process of getting into bed can be better. I have blue light blocking glasses. I call like that, something like that. So they block blue light, and you can put them on. And if you scroll through your phone, it's not that bad for you.
There's something you shouldn't do like late in the evening.
Late in the evening? No, not late in the evening. But you can start like at 5 or 6 p.m.
Oh, really? Okay.
And
but
then
there's also a mode in your phone where you can just switch. Like
yeah, it is. I have it on my phone. But for example, we have like a baby cam, and that baby cam's on our phone. So we have to we have to look on our phone. So, and then also we have like the whole place looks like a strip club or place, because we have red light, or we have hue light bulbs, and I programmed them that after 7 everything turns red.
all right. Is there like there's probably a science behind it?
Yeah. Red light, or not like the infrared red light, but the red spectrum of light that you can choose on hue light bulbs aren't that bright, and it's like the sun is going down, and melatonin is developed and stuff like that. I'm not Andrew Huberman. I just know that it's good for me because it just isn't that bright, and bright light in the eyes that late in the evening is just terrible for you.
There's nothing worse.
Yeah, exactly. And so those are small things, and those
You want to change?
yeah.
Okay.
But overall, like do my exercise. That's really the hardest thing for me right now. Let's go on a run. Let's go on a run. Yeah. I have work to do. I'm sorry. I'm working right now. But that would be one of the goals. You finished?
I really appreciate.
That's episode 1. All 3. We'll see. No 1. All right. Thanks for listening. Thanks for having me. Or thanks for hosting, I should say. And see you next week. See you in 2 weeks, like I said.